but I do believe you can't go down two tracks, because if you look at judiciary, if you look at what's going on, all they talk about in the House is this. I'd like to talk about lowering drug prices, which I've done better than any president ever. We had a year, this year, as you know, drug
You're
prices
hearing
went
Donald
down first
Trump.
time in 51 years. I'd like to talk about, because with...
So what you're hearing is Donald Trump apparently 13 hours ago on Fox News was released a press release stating that well, wait a second, let me back that up a bit here. I'm just gonna play it.
So we want to be very transparent.
Let me see if I can transfer this over. Because ultimately, this is going to be a lot of the kind of stuff I'm going to be doing through the campaign, because it's going to help you guys see, and we'll get to be able to talk about some of the stuff that they're doing also. Of course, I don't get into this whole stuff a whole lot, but when it matters, I do. And I think that what they're talking about overall is going to matter a lot, just because of the nature of who they are and what, you know, the country's going through. And so there's that. And I'm going to go ahead and show this on my stream. That didn't work the way I wanted it. Hang on. Yeah. No. Oh, is that the settings? Oh, maybe it's here. No. Bear with me for a second. Bear with me. Bear with me. Trying to find this thing. Alright, I'll just do it the old-fashioned way. There's some new tools I was trying to use that are kind of cool. And the more I can utilize the tools, the better. Because it just makes for a more interactive experience. How's it going, Tom? It's good to see you. All right. Oh boy, it's late in it. Ugh. So much to do all the time. And then this thing with Apple. It's so wrong, man. They actually broke my computer, and they're putting it on me. And they actually avoided my warranty. They pulled a real fast one. Boy, I couldn't believe it. I think somebody had it and like they probably broke it or something, and then they're trying to like sweep it under the rug. How do I get so lucky? I don't know. That's speculation, but something's not right here because they're putting it on me. You see, somebody in the store is saying that it arrived dead on arrival, but it wasn't dead on arrival. And the thing is, it just happened to be that I took a video. See, this is God. He protects us in many ways. You just have to have that faith in everything you do. And when it doesn't work out, you can't blame God. You have to realize that we're actually going to sometimes on like our own journey and we're just learning maybe. Like there's a lot of pain I had to go through. And trust me, if I want to put all that on God, that's just going to hurt me because I need God's strength. Can you imagine if I'm forsaking God and causing a resentment? That's what people do, and it's a mistake. You can't do that because God gives us that free choice in this whole experience. And that's what we really have to just get serious about moving towards in the future, is we just have to get serious that it's a spiritual movement that we also do have going on, quite frankly. So many people are spiritual. They relate with that. You know, they understand there's a God. They understand that they matter, that they have purpose and value, that generally things should be better, that people should treat each other better, and that just as being human comes with a certain extra something just for being human, because you're human. Think about that. Because you're human, that something special is so obvious, that in each one of us it exists, that in the human element, when we realize that it's so special, then we change. And when we remember in our minds that we were special last night, we're still special today, and we're special tomorrow. And then everybody else around us is that they're special and that everybody's special. And that you just continue to build on that. And, it's one thing to have pride. It's another to be completely comfortable in yourself, that you don't have to always exhibit that. You know what I mean? You're just, and that's what God gives you. That's a very fulfilling feeling. So get on board with that. Do yourself that favor, because there's only so much to be gained. I love it. I do. And so let's get right on to this. I got to open up. Yeah, you guys are great. I got to open up a window here. To share this with you. Window capture, probably. Just do an internet window. If we can. Hope this thing works okay. Maybe it is working though. Okay, let's just try. No, that's not working. It's clearly not working. But I'm just gonna go with it. You can hear it, okay? I'll get this stuff figured out later on. I don't want to get stumped on stupid stuff that, quite frankly, it's not really doesn't matter. If you see the picture, probably better off you don't, right? Ha! And here we go.
Transparent. So as you know, I declassified everything they want. I put it under the auspices of the Attorney General. He's going to be in charge of it. He's a great gentleman and a highly respected man. So everything that...
So basically what he's saying is they're etching up this civil war that the Happy Healer is always telling you about. Now it's going to go into another visceral place where it's about turning the tables back on the other guys, and now they're going to go to jail. Oh, come on, man. The American people didn't sign up for this. Why? Are you kidding me? We got to be focused on the American people. So there's one difference between our candidacies, if you'd like to know one. Okay.
That they need is declassified, and they'll be able to see how this how the hoax or witch hunt started and why it started. It was a...
And we also have to consider now, he's not going to do infrastructure unless, and of course and until, Nancy Pelosi and these other ones agree to his terms about, what they're allowed to look up and what they're not allowed to look up. And I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I think you should never hold what's important to the American people in ransom. Even if you have a valid point, you should never hold the American people's... I mean, what happens if we never get it then? Like, you can't play with the people like that, man. That's not why they put you there. Not for yourself. Nope. But there's the difference then. There's another difference.
An attempted coup or an attempted takedown of the President of the United States, it should never, ever happen to anybody else. So it's very important. Now, people have been asking me to declassify for a long period of time. I've decided to do it, and you're going to learn a lot. I hope it's going to be nice, but perhaps it won't be.
But perhaps it won't be. I hope it's going to go nice, but perhaps it won't be. Yeah. Just like you were telling the Fox News host back in the campaign of 2016, Megyn Kelly. Well, I was nice to you, but I didn't have to be, right? Or whatever he said. So, Donald Trump's just doing Donald Trump, and the Happy Healer's doing Happy Healer. And, this is going to be the kind of thing that I like to try and just show the differences on, because they're stark. And they're also stark with all the candidates, not just Donald Trump. Donald Trump is not going to be left out, because I'm already talking about all the other candidates and how they are completely wrong. Donald Trump is somebody who I voted for, and, and I'm not running away from that. I actually put it out there. I think it helps the candidacy, because I want to unite this country. That's so important. And I'm not coming from a visceral hate. Nope, not in my soul. So it's just the truth, and the truth unites. That's what I'll say. And your Happy Healer is a uniter.
We want to have protection. The Middle East, we're going to be sending a relatively small number of troops, mostly protective, and some very talented people are going to the Middle East right now, and we'll see how and we'll see what happens.
Wow.
It'll be about 1,500 people.
I'm going to back that up because I was doing something. They got a war going on now, huh? I don't pay attention to this stuff too much if I can help it, to be honest. I don't want them to dictate where my world is. I know where I belong in my world. If I get that too much in my head, then now what? I'm in their world? Yeah. I just have to be cognizant of the dangers that they pose. And other than that, focused on our spiritual new realm and focused on the brave new world and the mechanical industrialized new world coming. And it's just something we all really have to usher in order to experience the kind of world we can have. And why does it have to wait 50 years? It doesn't, because this is just one of those things that's right there already, actually. And we just have to kind of usher in, with the assurances and the mandate of the American people and make it a point and that to tell the scientists, let's get to work here, and to tell the people we're ready for this, everybody is ready, and that we're going to work on it. We're going to make it a priority, and we're going to accomplish this goal, and it's going to be a task worth achieving. When we achieve it, everybody's going to be so excited, and it's going to be a building block for many things, and it's going to be possible. That's the main thing. Because when you realize it's possible, then when you see it, then, okay. Remember, the happy healer has got one thing all throughout his life, is overcoming adversity. True heroism is not defined by those who fought but did not fall. It's defined by those who fought, fell, and rose again. Never forget that. And the happy healer will always remind you of that fact, because he's always rising again. And so that's what we're going to be doing in this campaign, is showing that there's an underdog story here. The American people are that underdog, and I am the people's candidate, you see. So that's our message, and we're going to go forward with it. We're going to just stay on what's important, and we're not going to let those other candidates dictate to us what our message is, especially when we know what it is.
To the Middle East right now. And we'll see what happens. It'll be about 1,500 people. Sure, that's possible, but I do believe you can't go down two tracks, because if you look at judiciary, if you look at what's going on.
Here he goes.
All they talk about in the House is this. I'd like to talk about lowering drug prices, which I've done better than any president.
No. You're not going to get a free pass. I went on that ride with you, Donald. Sorry, Mr. Trump. I went on that ride with you, and you lied to me. And you know what? That's bad, because you killed people then, because I was thinking about how you were going to save lives with me. And instead you veered off here and people died. But that I helped you get there, that's not cool. See, that's what you did. And you didn't just do it to me, you did it to a lot of moderates. And man, you got to think about those moderates, brother. That's where you're going to lose. And especially if the happy healer's stepping up and he's grabbing those moderates. And if he's making a push because people are smart and catching on. And if he's grabbing the Democrats because he's those Democrats right in there with him, he's running as a Democrat. He is a Democrat. He voted for Obama. But I mean, come on. And he's himself gay. I mean, he's the whole thing. He's the Democrat his whole life. And so aside from the fact that we just have truth in the moment, that we have to step out of our roles as partisan politics and think about the future of the country, about our own lives, and what's best individually for each one of us happens to be also what's best for all of us collectively. When we're smart and we realize these general but so large, I mean, just out of this world truths, then we start to actually build a consensus. That the consensus is the realization And it's a process. You have to be with it. You have to stick with it, and you have to stay sturdy and steady and true to the cause. And just that's what it takes. It's a stick-to-itiveness kind of thing. And, that's one thing the Happy Healer has in spades. And those who know him know that about him already. He's not worried about your reality. He encourages you. You live yours, he'll live his. Why don't we try to come together and be just, supportive of that? I'm just living my fate here. You live your fate too. We all live our fate. And we do great things. Full stop on that one. Because that's the part where we just have to love. That's the greatest thing we could do. And our country needs it. We're just suffering. We need unity. We need people to come together. We need families to start mending. And, we need to start kind of pull back from this soft civil war that we've entered. Oh, the people feel it. Even if the fat cats don't feel it, who keep pushing and prodding and instigating. And Trump too. Yes, Trump. Instigating. Remember, he's the instigator in chief. He should be the inspirer in chief. I'm going to be the inspirer in chief. I choose unity. I'm your unity candidate. Never forget that. And so if Trump and I were in a debate, that would be what I would say. So if you ever wondered how would I win Trump in a debate, well, then you would have to just imagine me saying that to Trump in response to his, inadequate responses. And that's just keeping it simple and keeping it true to the cause, staying focused on what's important to the American people and not getting veered off. And that's it. All right, guys, I'll be back in a bit. Like I said, I'm boom, back and forth. I got things I'm doing here and there, and just so much going on. So much love to you, your Happy Healer. I'm going to finish this video, actually, but I'm not going to make you guys sit through it because it's just consistently, it goes on for another 13 minutes, and that's pointless. All right, guys, I'll see you in a bit.